let's talk about Blackfire at 29. So, if you didn't know, I made a video, around last year that sold Blackfire Yu-Gi-Oh card that was supposed to be a retro summon, but wasn't because I called out that you didn't pay me in the video. Okay, so it's been a long time. Okay, what Blackfire was it was a dance that was made from the blood extending. All right, literally you go up, you go down, literally, and you put your leg out. And what I knew about Jeffrey and the FTM mob, back when I was still working with Taz, all right. Was literally that was the first time somebody literally put their leg out in an FTN mob dance. Okay, literally that's what I knew about Blackfire all around. Literally, so I want you to think critically for this video. So what I did was I danced around literally like Blackfire. You used to make fun of Pumpkin, literally because I knew my mom in and out, and they started making fun of her. Like Paige. All right, literally. So this is the truth. All right, you want to know what was crazy? Literally, this was 29. This is when Uncle Tommy fucked me up the most because when I read Rich King on the way to Chicago. All right, it was a book. It was a really popular book at the time. Not just because I was running an Indian community, but what it was literally on Tumblr and Threads. Okay, literally. So what happened was I played around with Blackfire for a year. I danced as Blackfire. All right, and guess what ended up happening? All right, so when the threads came up, literally, custom artwork that was literally made for me, literally with her, putting up Black Lightning in the same dance position. Literally, I went there, went to Chicago. I'm like, yes, this is the whole Chris round. Literally, I read Rich King, and then I uploaded Blackfire. Okay, literally. So when that happened, all right, I was like, I was supposed to win. I was supposed to get results. Ogatami literally basically was supposed to pay me, right? Literally, so. So what it comes down to it, right? Nothing happens. Absolutely nothing happens. You feel the edge, and guess what I figured out? That nobody is letting you be a real celebrity on the web without having an immense recognition. Unless you try to kill the whole family, we're not letting you get famous there. This is exactly what they said to me, okay? Literally, there are people that are looking like Jesse. There are people looking like a whole bunch of other people that were stopping me, literally, from making that thread count. So I posted, the fact that I was watching Rich King on thread, which is the whole, Kiss Me to the Phone Chris Brown back in the day, and nothing happened, all right? Literally, so I need you to understand something, okay? So, the reason why Blackfire, okay, backtrack so much is because of the way you thought, all right? First of all, gangs were obsessed about how I actually mastered continuity with my mother. Literally, they thought that it was impossible for, a gangster to be his mother, okay? Literally, so let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you, something that's going to be a little bit off putting this video, but it's 100% true. I am going to apologize to my Afghan neighbor, okay? Because what I did was I established, what mental health calls out versus what gangster calls out. So literally, it started off with his cousin, being slim, being undeniably handsome, just like me, literally, back when I was still young. Literally, he's like, stop yelling in front of my cousin's house, literally. And then I'm like, oh, my bad, I was running a company. Then he didn't disagree with me. I'm like, you see how you didn't go into mental health right there, literally, Mike, Tom, literally, whatever, literally, that's true. Literally, I'd be like, you see how that's ridiculous on paper? How I went through the arrow, literally through the fucking insane sound, knowing that only support fact on paper, never support swagger, never support something slightly deferring, only support fact on paper, okay? Literally, so when that happens, literally, and I call out that running a whole company, you already know, I gangsta shit hits the fan, alright? Literally, so when it comes down to him, literally, I actually called out, a gang one time in front of his face, alright? Literally, and please take a word grain of salt for this video, because why I said specifically, like, oh, those gang members, oh, those, those N-words, this, and that, they want to see me go hand in hand. And he looks at me, he goes, did I not square up, literally, in the same position, literally, did I not just literally fucking call out what you were trying to do with a gang, this and that? But guess what he called out? Literally, he said, and he called out that he was old, literally, and that what I was doing was a punk ass position, even though literally he clarified that I was going to be in that fight right there and there. He let me be in my older world. Do not let me do that, because that's my old strategy for a gangster. That's how I get over Armand. That's how I get over anybody. If you don't take action immediately, I will hold on to society and I'll leave you hanging, okay? Because, I recognize that gangsters held to that style, and when you're free, when you listen to music like me and MC Chris, you can control the whole world, okay? Literally, so, it's true. It's true. That's like, okay, so that's one of the first time we faced off and nothing happened. Literally, then I counted up, and then there's another African guy, literally at work, back where I worked at Safer, and literally he was the CEO, right? Literally, and what ends up happening, right? Literally, is I'm very judgmental. I'm still judgmental to this day. You wanna know why? Literally, because I hung around so many people doing drugs, and so many skateboarders, literally, that I can't deal with anything unless it's not in the high fashion, alright? Literally, and so guess what I'm judgmental to him about? You see, I'm like, oh, I'm the highest in college, solid, no red dressing, this, and that. Guess why I forgot about him? Literally, he actually has a son. He has a son that he checks up on, but it's equivalent to my situation because he has tons of money, debt, retarded label, literally, but can still see his son, but can only, drive to see his son, not living with his son. Literally, a situation equivalent to me, and I am judgmental, literally, and, what ends up happening, right? Literally, he's in every fucking, movie, including the My Hero movie. Go check out the 4th My Hero movie right now on Netflix. Literally, you gotta see an African guy, one of the villains that looks just like him. All right, literally. So what that does. Literally, is when you go rank like that, you see how he's undeniably sexy. I call out he's Indian, so I come out, for a disrespectful generation. Literally, I call out that he's ugly. I call this and that. And you're saying that rank because he slicked back his hair. Oh my god, a random Indian person slicked back his hair. Anyway, literally, that's rank. Literally, I ignore rank. I'll go full quality. Why the fuck do you think that I hit you with Jesse in the studio? All right, literally. So there's one of the things you gotta think about for this video. Okay, so let's gather your thoughts. All right, now. Before you die, before somebody cleanses, because somebody obviously watched me 24/7. I'm not that popular. Anyway, Lily, let me enlighten you. Lily, when she called me a girly man, Lily, guess who I was? I was Shin, from Bakugan. I was Dan, and I was still Masquerade. So please pick your positions wisely, because what happens with lesbian cops is they like to put mental health so much that they ignore a street smart situation. I'm like, okay, so how much you gonna push this out to some paper? How much you gonna look at grabbing downstairs for an oxygen tank? Lily, what happens when Richard Charles gets in? Lily, he deals with actual gang, he actually goes to prison. Are you still gonna blame mental health then? Lily, that happens Lily to a cop, a lesbian cop is Lily forwarded for me. Lily probably name's Emily. Lily Coslow. Lily, but guess what's gonna happen? Lily, you see how I get away with my porn? Lily, guess what's gonna happen? Lily, if I try to show her, she's gonna go a whiff and then she's gonna try to kill me with all the possibilities in the world. Alright? Lily, so fuck my moon base. Lily, it's true. Lily, that's what's gonna happen, Lily. Unlike all these little promiscuous paid girls, Lily, this one lesbian cop, even though she's slightly pretty, is gonna go to gargantuan size, real girl, all to fucking kill me over that concrete sex that you think is gonna happen, alright? Lily, and you thought it was gonna happen right there and there. I'm telling you, I'm a smart dude. Lily, I'm telling you, Lily, the meat will lie. Lily, it's either they fucking dish you or they're gonna lie. So let's get down to that. Let's get out to my mom's angle a little bit. She never loved me. I'm speaking, metaphorically here, but I'm saying she's tried to kill me, Lily, when things, when nothing's going on, and I'm not complaining. Like that one Naruto ending, you can do it. She's like, no, I don't want to hear it because it's connected to this, that in your head. I'm telling you, anime fans, for 1,000 times, that is Devario, alright? She's going through something. She's thinking about rape. She's thinking about how Tommy tries to rape her. She's thinking about everything. Lily, well, I'm slowly fucking progressing. Lily, she tells you, go out into the real world. If not, I'm not dealing with you. And that's why she did like, you can do it, alright? You can do it. It's true. It's very fucking true, Lily, and that's why she starts arguments, because that's what happened yesterday. After my street beef that I got from Stanley after Lily, the tastiest fucking beef in the world, guess what she ends up doing, alright? Ooh, I have to save that for another video. Okay, so anyway, fucking wait. Lily, she's a negative person, alright? She's a comparison with Nora. Lily, if I'm still watching, anime, no matter how much detail, it's Power Rangers for her. That's how fucked up my mom actually is, alright? She is a negative person. She has something wrong with her internally. That's why she can't take care of, a kid mental health. But her former reinforcement for 1,000 times, Lily, no matter how much you try to call her trifling, was taking me to therapy and putting me on psych medication, alright? Lily, that's it, alright? So, think about it, Lily. If the meat doesn't fucking align with you, it's gonna lie. So, think about Lily supporting me as a celebrity, Lily, in this video. Alright? That's a lot. That's a lot to take in. That's a lot to think about. Alright? There's one more thing about Blackfire, okay? Not how I can fool people in a versus battle, but something way worse, okay? But, actually think about it, alright? Alright, my brain's cut short for this video. I don't know if that's for a government reason, but still, you recognize, alright? That shit is going all out. But anyway, as a Tamperanian, boss, goodbye Mudioto is here today. That is today's video.